4 days after the opposition's protest, the Bureau of Assembly has suspended 6 opposition MPs for 10 days and a further 2 MPs for a period of 5 days. The US ambassador today advised the new chief prosecutor to target corruption at the highest levels and ensure investigations into Tahiri continue to the end. The mayor of Tirana, Veliaj, has presented Italian composer Ricardo Cocciante with the keys to the city for his cultural contributions. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 21st of December 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. 7 opposition MPs and Veliaj from the Socialist Party were suspended from the Assembly after the incidents created at the parliamentary session as the temporary chief prosecutor was being elected. After a closed-door tribunal hearing, Monica Cruemadi and Endrit Braimlari from the SMI, as well as Ervin Saliani, Endri Hassa, Flamurnoka and Bard Spahia from the Democratic Party were all excluded for 10 days. A lighter measure of only 5 days of exclusion was given to Kedi Mehmetai from the SMI and the Socialist MP Veliaj. The Bureau's decision will come into force on January 15 when the new parliamentary session launches. The activities which occurred in Parliament last Monday will leave a black stain on the negotiations before the EU, the Socialist Party declared in relation to the events. All opposition MPs read the oath formula in front of the Bureau, stressing that they will continue their battle to protect the Constitution. The Vice Chair of the Democratic Party, Edi Paloka, warned of strong opposition action against the majority. "We will do anything and everything to protect the Constitution. You haven't seen anything yet," said Paloka. Monica Cruemadi shared similar views, stating that battle for the constitutional protection will continue, while commenting on the boot thrown at Prime Minister Edi Rama. "The boot thrown towards Rama should serve as a warning," said Monica Cruemadi. As the Bureau held the tribunal hearing, the Youth Forum of the SMI conducted a further protest in front of the Assembly building. The 6 protesters who were arrested on Monday after the opposition's protest will have to appear at the prosecutor's office twice a month. This was the decision given by the Court of Tirana, which decided to accept the prosecution's request to release the accused and to investigate them in the obligation of appearance. The prosecutor of the case, Etienne Capo, told the court that the accused were recorded by security cameras striking police officers. He did not request for them to be held in prison during investigations, instead imposing the appearance obligation measure. Meanwhile, the lawyer of the accused demanded their release without any security measures. According to him, the arrest of 6 protesters was illegal and politically motivated. The session did not catch the interest of some members of the Democratic Party, with one MP declaring the arrest of 6 protesters illegal and that the claims that they had hit police officers were false. This was a disgusting political trial. This was a trial that did not have any facts or evidence as to why they were arrested last Monday. The police said they were caught in terms of flagrancy. In fact, the opposition protest was at 10 o'clock in the morning, but the arrest was made at 9 p.m. The charges are ridiculous, the DP MP said outside the courtroom. 2 days ago, the police announced that the violence against the police at the opposition protests, arrests were made against Renato Gihani, Ervis Hayreddini, Igli Hassani, Fanol Prifti, Sokol Vuceta, and Shuchri Proshka. The US ambassador to Albania, Donald Lu, today met for the first time with the new chief prosecutor, Arta Marku, after her recent appointment to the position. At 10 a.m., the US diplomat, accompanied by legal sector officials, arrived at the chief prosecutor's office, where the meeting hosted by the head accusation body was held. Strong sources who were aware of the conversation between the 2 officials told Aura News that US Ambassador Donald Lu has asked Arta Marku to encourage prosecutors to target high-level corruption. Lu has asked Marku to exercise her constitutional duties independently and impartially, stating that the prosecution has the support of the US for this. The ambassador also demanded that the chief prosecutor ensure investigations into the former minister, Saimir Tahiri, are not concluded prematurely. Tirana's budget for 2018 was approved today with 32 votes in favour. Many opposition members were not present. However, 4 SMI members who support Arion Veliaj were there to vote in favour. The head of the municipality of Tirana presented a detailed presentation for all the projects that are foreseen for the capital over the coming year. According to Veliaj, investments in schools and public transport will remain a priority, while saying that this budget is the largest of recent years. The budget for the coming year is the highest until now, said Arion Veliaj. The municipality of Tirana will also pay attention to the development of tourism. The mayor suggested that the departments of the writers Dritaro Agoli and Ismail Kadare will turn into museum houses. We will transform the apartments of Agoli and Kadare into museums, said the mayor. Veliaj said that the road in front of the Socialist Party's headquarters will be transformed into a pedestrian area, while warning the traders of Cemal Mustafa Street to remove the used furniture they are selling off the street. Members for the Democratic Party at the Municipal Council, Krishnik Cholaku, stated that the entire meeting is a facade and was held without the proper quorum being followed. We will not be part of a counterfeit meeting, said Krishnik Cholaku. Tirana's municipal budget is expected to be over 16 billion lek, meaning 10% additional funds are available to the City Hall compared to a year ago. During a meeting between the special structure of Genio and the Armed Forces Support Command, the Minister of Defence, Olta Jachka, emphasised that the institution successfully coped with the recent challenges that required increased operational capacity. I am proud to assert that the Albanian government and the Ministry of Defence are engaged in a modernisation process of the armed forces. The aim is to enhance and improve the quality of the operational capacities of our military structures, and especially those structures which are part of NATO's collective defence. We strongly believe that the investment in the future of the armed forces is the right investment for Albania to be a better, safer and more prosperous country for our children, said Jachka. The minister once again praised the tireless work of these institutions, both within Albania and abroad. These days, there has been a lot of talk about the armed forces and their effectiveness. Thousands of families have received support from them during the suffering from the days of bad weather. The men and women in uniform saved over 1,000 lives in the Aegean Sea in just a few months. Our military men also contribute alongside the alliance in places such as Afghanistan, Kosovo and Bosnia and Herzegovina, added Jachka. The minister went on to congratulate the military company of the ammunition and explosives extermination for responsibly carrying out missions in Latvia and Mali in June this year. Across the country, only 5 hospitals are actually accredited, and this includes both public and private institutions. The Minister of Health, Olgerta Manastirliu, announced that in 2018, the process of accreditation and ranking of health institutions will begin, bringing healthcare to a new level that offers quality and guarantees service to citizens. The accreditation process starts in January. The process is a guarantee to the level of service that we will give to citizens, said Manastirliu. The director of the National Accreditation Centre, Mirela Cela, confirmed that all health institutions will undergo a thorough assessment. In case of non-implementation of the criteria imposed, Cela said that measures will be taken up to and including the closure of such institutions. The process will involve all health institutions, said Mirela Cela. Quality standards for accreditation include university healthcare structures, hospitals and institutions providing primary medical care. According to the National Accreditation Centre specialists, the worrying situation includes a lack of proper infrastructure, unhygienic conditions, lack of human resources, underqualified staff and issues with equipment. In a sign of gratitude, the mayor of Tirana, Arion Veliaj, has given the Italian composer Ricardo Cocciante the key to the city. Cocciante, who was accompanied by the singer El Haida Dani, was surprised by the change in Tirana since his previous visit to Albania 4 years ago. Thanks to this key, I already feel like I am a part of this place and it gives me so much pleasure. Thank you for your friendship. I was here 4 years ago and Tirana has radically changed in a positive sense. Tirana is being reborn, moving away from the problems of the past, and it can be clearly seen just by walking around the city, said Cocciante. The singer, El Haida Dani, was happy to perform with Cocciante. He has always supported me and he continues to do so. The fact that he always agrees to return to our home is an honour for me. He will perform his greatest hits and I will have the honour to sing with him, said Al-Haidadani. The Italian composer Ricardo Cocciante, together with the Albanian singer Al-Haidadani, will perform on stage at the 56th Annual Song Festival of Radio Television Albania. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.